Hello everyone, this is Eric Druin with relocating Kelowna. Welcome to 2026. We're going to talk about statistics, see where the market came from, where we're at. The biggest surprise here is the pricing of townhomes. Took me by surprise, took a lot of my colleagues by surprise. We're going to dive into the data right now. So here we go. For single family, just about unchanged for the year. Prices are down about 0.7%. Sales were slightly up. And yes, I should open up that parentheses, that bracket. 2025 and 2024 were neck and neck. And the month of December being as strong as it wasn't that strong, but it was enough to pass the sales that we had in 2024. So that's good. All right, next thing we're going to talk about the condo market, just about unchanged as far as price, 0.2%. Takes longer to sell, and we have a whole lot more inventory than we did last year. The big surprise here, I talked about the townhome there. The benchmark price is down just about 10% here, month over month or year over year, no matter how you cut it. That's a big surprise. So maybe a lot of lower priced townhomes all sold in the month of December, and none of the expensive ones sold. We'll see if that trend persists, but that's quite the anomaly if you look at the other zones of our board, North Okanagan, Shuswap, South Okanagan, everything's slightly up. So not sure what's going on here with the townhome market. Should we ring the alarm bell? A trend takes usually 3 months to settle here, so we'll have to keep following that. Maybe it's just a blip, a speed bump along the way. We'll have to see. And we can see who got the business most months. But what I want to point out in here is all of the homes above 1.4 million. So people with money, some call them the smart money, like over 2 million, it's about 50% increase in the number of sales. So typically smart money is always the first mover in a market bottom. So could this be a sign that we have reached our bottom? Anyways, it's anecdotally, it's kind of looking like that right now. But we'll have to see what this year brings. And if you look at all the other categories, they were pretty much on par with 2024, except the 600 to 700,000. They're another 50% increase. Right there. So anyways, you could download all those slides down below in the newsletter as well. The type of sales here, what I want to point out is, our market's got about 8 months of inventory. Balanced market is about 6 months of inventory. So this is swayed to the buyer side. But in the condo, we're in a deep buyer's market. So if you think about buying a condo, you like to negotiate, this is probably the best time in a long time. And this number doesn't even include the shadow inventory that is there. So, is there further price declines to come? Well, that's a possibility that we can't rule out at this point. All right, in the townhome, we're, still, despite this price surprise, we're still only at 7 months of inventory. We're flirting with almost a balanced market here. So it's still, that's why I can't raise any alarm bells there. I think things will come back exactly where they used to be, because that's what I've been reporting for the lion's share of the year is prices were kind of stable, maybe in a slight decline, but all in all, we've been pretty stable so far. Let's look at the HPI graphs. Let's get to the top and let me put on here. So we're talking about single family here in the last 3 months. We're pretty much unchanged. If we go to the last year, we're just about unchanged. That's 0.7%. Let's go 2 years. We're still up 4.6. And you've got it broken down. I guess the Ellison area and the Joe Rich area are the biggest winners here last 2 years. Ellis over 3 years, 1.3%. Over 4 years, we're slightly down, maybe a couple percent down. Over 5 years, we're still about 30% up in the single family as a whole here in the central Okanagan. If we put that on the graph, well, we could see the last 10 years or 7 years of pricing. We could see the 2022 bubble here, but pretty much since spring of 2021, we've been fairly stable. And you could draw a similar line on to this part of the graph as well. It's the same with if you look at Glenmore, Rutland, whatnot, you can draw these graph. Prices have been pretty much going sideways. As far as single family, this is Lake Country, and this is your Upper Mission, Wilden, more expensive homes there. Same kind of story, maybe a little bit more amplitude in the ups and downs, but ebbs and flows, but fairly stable again. Let's go to the townhomes, and looking at these sales versus listings, we can see listings have been very steady, but our sales, they ramp up all the way till May, June, and then they slowly start declining. Well, we've seen what's typical. There's nothing surprising here, but if you look at from 1 month ago, I kept this slide in there because that's a 10% drop, and it's across the board in all the little neighborhoods. We go 3 months ago, down 8%, a year ago, down 9%, 2 years ago, down 0.7%, and all of this is because of this last month. Same deal with 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 8%, and 5 years ago, well, we're still up about 15% as a whole, with the Lakeview Heights on the west side and the Fintry area. The obvious winners there. Same with Glen Rosa. You can include that in there. Now we're going to talk, these are the graphs, townhomes. Well, they are falling. They are at the very bottom of the range there. If we, were to draw a rectangle on top of there, again at the bottom of the range in Lakeview Heights, Shannon Lake. This is Lake Country townhomes. They are at the very bottom of the range. There should be a rebound, or hopefully not a breakdown. And if we go to condos, well, we could see there's a lot less sales than last year, 69 versus 48 December to December. So condo market has been a little bit weaker. Sales wise, price wise, we're down 3% in a month. If we go 6 months, we're down 8%. A year, pretty much even. For a year, 2 years ago, down a couple percent. 3 years ago, down about 5%. That's 4 years, 3%, and over 5 years, you're still up about 25%, with the Fintry area being the clear winner there. And if we do the same type of graphs, ever since 2021, we've been in the sideways range. Pretty much here, your Kelowna North, Lower Mission, Rutland North. Here, we are flirting with the bottom of the range right now. So, but it's seasonally, we should be near a low seasonally. And this is for Lakeview Heights, Shannon Lake, West Bank Center. Again, within that sideways range, near the bottom. So could be a good place to buy. Lake Country, it's peaking below its bottom right now, showing a little bit more weakness. So that's pretty much a wrap, guys. These are the stats for the month. You can definitely, in the newsletter, you could download all of these graphs, PDF reports and everything. We're also talking about rates and what does it all mean for you? Well, if you're a seller, it's probably time to call your agent, make a plan for this year. If you're planning to sell, I think the sooner the better. I would recommend beating the spring markets, because if you have to buy something, you may as well sell before peak inventory and buy during peak inventory. And if you're a buyer, well, given this rate uncertainty, I have an article below in the newsletter, all 6 banks, what they're predicting. Some are saying the rates are going to keep going lower. Some of the rates are saying the rates are going to be unchanged. And I think Scotiabank is saying that the rates are going to be higher. So, you know, take your pick, which is your bank, your favorite bank there. So giving that rate uncertainty, I would go ahead and lock that rate right now so you're ready to shop during peak inventory that's coming. Listings are about to flood in here in the coming months. So yeah, it's time to get ready. It's the new year. And of course, if you're a homeowner and you probably just got your tax assessment, if you do not agree, I've got a link to a tax fighter guide for BC down below in the newsletter. Make sure you download that as well. And yeah, get a fair tax rate. All right, that wraps it up. Reach out anytime. I'm always happy to help talk about real estate. That's what I do. And thank you very much for watching. And we will see you next month. Bye-bye.